Nearly 6 out of 10 gardeners over 60 end up sore after a day in the garden. But here's the thing, it's almost never your age. It's 7 small setups in your garden, and once you fix them, you can plant all afternoon and still stand up easy. Number 4 is the cheapest one, and it's the one most folks skip. And here's the thing, you don't have to overhaul anything. The very first setup alone takes most of the bending out, and we start on it in just a second. I'm not here to tell you to slow down or give up the garden you love. That's the worst advice there is. I gathered all of this from the University Extension Services and the arthritis specialists. Not gimmicks, just proven setups that let the garden do the bending for you. My grandmother gardened well into her 80s, and the secret was never that she was tougher than everyone else. Her garden was simply built around her body, not against it. That's what we're doing for yours today, no matter your zone. We'll go from the ground up. Beds, then tools, then watering. And remember, number 4 is the cheapest fix of them all, and most folks get it backwards. Let's start with the big one. Setup number 1. Raise your beds to standing height. Here's why this works. When your bed sits down on the ground, every single thing you do means folding your whole body over it. Planting, weeding, watering, harvesting. Hour after hour. Your lower back never gets a break. The Extension Services found a simple number. A bed raised to about 36 inches is roughly the height of your kitchen counter. At that height, you stand up straight and garden with almost no bending at all. Picture standing at your counter to chop vegetables. That's the posture we're after. If you use a wheelchair or a walker, 24 to 27 inches is the sweet spot, so you can roll right up and reach in comfortably. Now, don't panic if you can't build something fancy. An elevated bed is really just a planter box up on legs. Stands like a table. You walk right up to it. You can buy one ready-made, sure, but a simple wooden one you put together yourself often runs well under $50 in lumber. And here's the mistake almost everybody makes. They build the bed too wide. If you have to lean across it to reach the middle, you've just put all that strain right back into your lower back. The whole point is gone. So keep it narrow, about 24 inches across if you can only reach from one side, up to 4 feet if you can walk around both sides. That way every plant is an easy arm's length away. No reaching, no leaning. That's it. Which brings us to a question. If raising your beds takes the bending out, what do you do about the plants that still want to sprawl all over the ground? That's setup number 2. Setup number 2. Grow up, not down. Think about your tomatoes, your cucumbers, your pole beans. Left alone, they crawl across the dirt, and you're down on your hands and knees, hunting under the leaves for every last one. So instead, send them up. A trellis, a cattle panel, a simple stake, and string between 2 posts. It takes 10 minutes to set up, and it works all season. When the plant climbs, the fruit hangs right out in the open, at eye level. You harvest standing up, with a basket in one hand. No crouching, no crawling. Your neighbors will ask how your cucumbers got so long and straight. The answer is gravity did the work, not your spine. And growing up does more than save your back. It lets the air move freely around the leaves, and that means fewer disease problems creeping in down low. So your back wins, your knees win, and your harvest wins too. 1 little trellis, 3 payoffs. All right, beds are up, plants are climbing. Now let's talk about what's in your hands. Setup number 3. Switch to long-handled tools. This one is simple, and it changes everything. The Arthritis Foundation points out that a tool handle longer than about 31 inches lets you weed, hoe, and rake while standing nearly upright. Think about it. With a short trowel, you're hunched over, nose to the dirt for the whole job. With a long handle, you stay tall, your knees stay happy, and your back stays out of it entirely. Look for long-handled weeders that pull a dandelion without you ever bending, stand-up bulb planters you push with your foot, and a good hoe with real reach. Keep the short tools in the shed for the rare close-up job you truly need them for, and let the long ones carry the day. And speaking of tools, here's the one most people get backwards. Setup number 4. And remember, I promised you this is the cheapest one. It doesn't cost a single penny if you already own decent tools. Because it's not about buying anything. It's about how the handle sits in your hand. Researchers who study hand tools found that a handle angled at about 70 to 80 degrees keeps your wrist in what they call a neutral position. Now, neutral just means straight and relaxed, the way your hand hangs naturally at your side when you're standing still. When your wrist bends up or down away from that, two things happen. Your grip gets weaker, and your joints take the punishment over and over. So next time you reach for a trowel, look at it. Is the handle a straight broomstick that forces your wrist to crank sideways? Or does it have a gentle bend that keeps your hand relaxed? Pick the bend. Add a fat, cushioned grip, the soft kind that's easy to hold on to, and your hands will thank you on a long afternoon. If your hands ache or you've got stiff joints, this one little detail may help come in mimos, more than any expensive gadget on the shelf. So that's free, just paying attention to the angle of the handle. See? I told you most folks skip it. Now, sooner or later, every gardener has to get down low for something. A bulb that has to go in the ground, a root you want to dig. So let's make that safe. Setup number 5. Keep a kneeler seat within reach. There's no rush to be a hero. When you truly must get down to soil level, a good garden kneeler does 2 jobs in one. Flip it one way, and it's a thick padded cushion that saves your knees from the hard ground. Flip the whole thing over, and it becomes a low bench with sturdy handles on each side. Here's the part people overlook. Those handles. Getting down isn't the hard part. Getting back is. And those handles let you push yourself up with your arms to delish, instead of straining your back and knees to do it. Set the seat low and steady, somewhere you trust it completely. Set it low enough that the grandkids can pull up alongside and help you plant. That's a memory and a helping hand all at once. A good kneeler seat is non-negotiable. That covers your body. Now let's get rid of the single heaviest chore in the whole garden. Setup number 6. Let the water carry itself. I mean it. Hauling a watering can back and forth or dragging a long heavy hose around the yard is one of the hardest things on an older back. All that lifting and twisting, day after day. So take yourself out of the job entirely. A simple drip line or a soaker hose laid right along your beds once waters everything slow and steady while you sit in the shade and enjoy your coffee. Set it on a timer and you barely have to think about it. There's an even older trick too, and I love this one. It's an olla. That's an unglazed clay pot you bury in the soil next to your plants, with just the neck poking out. You fill it with water, and the water seeps out slowly through the clay walls, right to the thirsty roots. Grandma's generation used these long before drip lines were ever invented. You fill it once, and it waters for days. No lifting, no lugging. Your plants drink steady, and your back finally gets to rest. And the last one ties it all together. Setup number 7. Work smarter, not longer. Here's why this works. Most of the ache doesn't come from one big strain. It builds up quietly, from doing the same motion over and over, without stopping. Your body locks into one position and stays there. So, switch it up. Spend 15 or 20 minutes on one task, then deliberately change to a different one that uses your body a whole different way. Weed standing up for a bit. then sit down and sow some seeds, then stand and tie up a vine. You keep moving, but no single part of you takes the whole load. And here's a freeing little secret. You do not need a giant garden to be happy. One gardener I came across had cut down from a huge sprawling plot to just 3 raised beds of her absolute favorites, and she said she enjoyed it twice as much, with half the pain. So scale it down to only what you truly love, and keep your tools right at hip height in a little caddy or a hung rack, so you're never bending down to dig around for a trowel. Small changes like that, they add up to a body that still feels good tomorrow morning. So let's bring it all home. 7 setups, and not one of them is hard. Raise your beds to standing height. Grow your plants up, not down. Reach for long handles. Mind the angle of the handle. Keep a kneeler seat close by. Let the water carry itself. And work smarter, not longer. Notice what they all have in common. Not one of them asks you to be younger, or tougher, or to push through pain. Every single one moves the work to where your body already is. The garden bends, so you don't have to. And that's the whole shift right there. The folks who keep gardening happily into their 80s and 90s didn't win some genetic lottery. They just stopped fighting their own backs, one small setup at a time. Do these, and gardening stops being something your body pays for the next morning. And here's a nice bonus. Remember, gardening counts as a gentle, low to moderate activity that helps a lot of older folks stay active, stay steady on their feet, and frankly, stay happy. So you're not just saving your back, you're doing your whole self a quiet favor. Just one sensible note. If you've got a back or a joint condition, check with your doctor before you change your routine. No harm at all in being smart about it. Now, if you do, only one thing this week. Do this. Raise a single bed up to hip height and plant just one thing in it. A tomato, some lettuce, whatever you love. Then stand there a moment after and notice your back isn't aching the way it used to. That little feeling, that's the whole point of everything we talked about today. So tell me down in the comments, are you going to raise a bed first or start with the long-handled tools? I read every single one. Garden longer, hurt less, and keep loving every minute of it. Happy gardening.